What up, guys? Welcome back. We're back in the city. We're at Ocean Beach, San Francisco. The city recently shut this down. They put in a little pump track, they put in these wooden obstacles, and they wanted to expand and build a little skate park. We know you're all gonna be pissed. This is not DIY. You're right. This is a public works skate park, but we have some DIY elements that we're gonna go over with you guys. Mostly some curb doctoring, but there's other shit you can take from this too, so pay attention and let's get into it. A quick overview of the spot is basically a 45-foot long quarter pipe on the whole south end. The north end behind the pump track is a nice big mellow 30-degree bank. We have 300 feet of curb to use. We have a flat bar, and then they're bringing a bunch of marble blocks from Treasure Island to spice up this lane on the east side of the median. "45-foot long quarter pipe, guys. Shuts off the whole one side of the park. It's a 6'6" radius, and on top of the median is a 4'6". So it gets a little tighter, but we needed that so we can make the blend. So once again, we're pouring on an existing surface. So we had to get our saw cuts, we had to demo out all that concrete, because at the bottom of these transitions, it can't go to nothing. We're not using Ardex anymore, guys. We have to demo out so that you have at least 4 inches of depth where your transition begins. Other than that, we used our smooth board for the outside walls, structural foam for the fill, rebar, shotcrete. You guys know the formula. And what's unique to me about this place is that the city is down to keep elements of the old city in here, AKA the median and the curbs. So what's cool about the quarter pipe is that it spans the median, and it just kind of gives you a little channel to skate over. It just spices it up enough so it's not just one big flat wall. Okay, so the Twinkie, I really like this obstacle, okay? You could rip it from all sides, kind of ode to old Benicia Park while still bringing some steel into this element for kids to grind and learn how to stand up on grinds. This one is also a 4'6" radius on the face, and then the backside is, I believe, a 35-degree bank with a little transition at the bottom. So pretty unique in the way that you could blast ollies, you could stand up on grinds, you could go over the end to nose blunts. The options are pretty endless. The flat bank, guys, is really standard. It's pretty mellow, so we tried to steepen it up as much as we could with the city allowing us. I think it's now steep enough to at least do tail slides, nose blunts. You're not gonna catch a grind, but they're also super focused emphasis on the youth. They want kids to learn how to skate, so that's a great obstacle just to roll in on, maybe do your flip tricks on, all sorts of shit. Onto the curbs. To me, this is pretty much, I think, the sickest part of this whole project. This isn't like grandpa's slappy curb. It's kind of tall. It's like 8 inches tall. So that's great for the youths, for the senior citizens. Everyone can skate this thing. So basically, they were gritty, they're rough, we're on the beach. So we went through and we cup wheeled everything with a grinder. That's kind of your first step. And that was a day and a half of just grinding. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna be filling all these joints in the curb with some Sakrete fast setting cement patcher. We'll do the same thing for any big holes or any joints in the top of this curb, but then we're gonna leave these 2 inches each way to fill with epoxy so it's harder when you grind, it won't chip out. We'll hit it with 2 scoops. We're gonna take a little bit of this bonding adhesive. You could cut it with some water too. You kind of just hit it like this. and it'll just kind of self-level itself. Now we put a little tape across this edge, and all this is gonna do is keep our epoxy from sagging below where we want it due to gravity. Today, we're gonna go with our Napa County Library card. And then this is your tool for the job. Don't trip on high edges. You can grind this down after the fact and make it look pretty. Now, this is where the science comes into it. We applied a first coat of lacquer to the whole curb. And this is like a clear coat, Salba sauce, lacquer. Let it dry. If you're content with it, then you're ready for paint. Was it dark enough? No. 2 coats of paint. And then once we were all done with our paint, one last layer of lacquer, chef's kiss, and the curb is grinding like marble. And curbs are in. Curbs were never out, but now they're fucking really in. Everyone loves their curbs. Okay, cool. I mean, I think a longer the flat bar, the better. These kids are like training to lock those front crooks. Okay guys, now onto the flat bar. If you did your homework and watched the Waller episode, we talked about this. So it's the same protocol. Cut into the ground, weld your legs, weld a plate, lag the plate into the ground, and then you just pour over it and lock it in. So this thing, user friendly. This thing's only 12 inches tall, 15 feet long. So whether you're young and just getting into it or you're old and suck, everyone can get a piece of this thing. All right guys, so that's the episode on the Great Highway Skate Spot. Big shout out to Parks and Rec. Now we got a spot on the beach to skate. I know there's a lot of Karens out there and Kevins that aren't happy about this, but you know what? Everyone that I've seen come by, kids, parents, adults, everyone's pretty hyped. So let's take care of this and maybe the city will give us some more in the future. Time will tell. Take care of it, have fun, rip up the curb, get some, you guys.